Now the technology doesn't exist to allow the human body to last forever. The human body is composed of multiple cells and each cell is programmed to reproduce limited number of times after the decay and aging occurs, but we may not be able to see coming century. Simple genetic engineers have to make normal cells immortalize tomorrow's cell. Example, the methods of embalming or treating the dead body that the ancient Egyptians used is called mummification.
Hello, my name is Baitoey. So, how is it possible to engineer human body to last forever? In my opinion, for now, we're not even close to understanding the physiology of the body well enough to replace much of it with mechanical devices. But in the future, technology might allow them to lab grow replacement organs, reverse destructive genes processes, and even replace lost limbs or entire body with robotic versions that can be maintained indefinitely. Eventually, people might even download their consciousness into virtual worlds, allowing them to leave their body behind. Who knows?
Hello, I am Grace1, and today we're talking about how is it possible to engineer a human body to last forever. So, you might have heard about cyborgs. It is the term that most of us are not familiar with. Cyborgs, it's a hybrid of human and robot. It is nevertheless human. The lifespan of all living things is finite. Human as well. We can engineer the human body by adding into it, for example, to survive or facilitate blind people will benefit from prosthetic eyes. We must construct a human or robot if we want an invention that will last a lifetime. So I don't believe that we can engineer the human body to make it last permanent. But who knows? Anything could happen.
In my opinion, it is definitely possible. In principle, when we age, our cells are replaced except neurons at various rates, skin cells and body cells, some even within a few days. The cell transgress is the telomeres, attached to the end of DNA. It gets shorter for every cell division. Length varies with type of cell. I believe we will be able to decode or use the program to our advantage by computer, and probably enable a tenfold increase in current maximum longevity, approximately 120 years, as has recently been proposed. And now, there are reports of experimental results from National Institute of Health, May of 2017, all serious scientists in the field of aging were made aware of aging is not due to any genetic causation. Genetic damage is not a cause of aging. This is a great news for human biology, the removal of senescent cells. Stem cell treatment, transfer of mitochondrial DNA to the nucleus of the cell, the lengthening of telomere, sense theory, and the cell engineering approach are shown to be feasible.
Hello, I'm Puymek number 28 and I will answer the question how it is possible to engineer a human body to last forever. If so, then why or why not? And I put my answer in the slide like body freezing plus time equal nobody knows that you can see. I put something like that because I have ever seen the news about an old woman wants to freeze herself to life forever, but it's just like a plan for the future, and the detailing I shared is like she just wants to freeze and wait until a scientist in the future discovers how to engineering a human body to last forever. Anyway, in my opinion, since I don't have much knowledge about engineering at this point, so if I say cannot be possible, I think it doesn't make sense, right? And I have the truly reason that I'm quite believer because there are girls I have ever seen about an artificial heart that they have already approved for sale now. Then I feel like that is incredible, and I think it will help people who have heart disease a lot. And also, it made me think, like, believe in the potential of the human brain more. Therefore, I think it can be possible in the future to engineer a human body to last forever. That is all. Thank you so much.
For me, cells are molecular machines that replicate and self-repair. The reason the human body doesn't last forever is because now the programming to do so on the genetic level doesn't exist. Biotechnology, with the help of AI, that is sufficiently advanced, can be used to correct the programming errors that cause cells to break down. Radical life extensions could happen in more than a century or two, or in the next decade, depending on how well we can get AI to improve itself, at first with human health and then result, so it will reverse engineer the genetic programming of the human organism so that can introduce the corrections. Also, the idea of correcting genetic errors is essentially the key to treating and eliminating nearly all diseases that plague humankind.
I'm Moodaeng number 35. In my opinion, I think when the world stimulates us to evolve, I believe the human body's ability to survive indefinitely grows. This is explained by the fact that today's people have access to a wide range of prosthetics. Human evolution has begun to evolve over time, whether it's arms, legs, eyes, and heart. However, merely an artificial organ that replaces a missing organ. If our human bodies die in the future, maybe our memories will be transmitted to the undead bodies or the robots. So that it's possible we will be able to live longer and survive. Thank you.
From the topic, how is it possible to engineer a human body to last forever? For me, I thought it was possible because I had heard of mummification, and when I did a Google search on mummification, there is a way to do this. It's suggested by taking out the internal organs of the corpse and remove the bone tissue and liquefies it. The corpse were then embalmed with salt to dry, then coat the body with a bath solution to kill bacteria before wrapped in linen and packed in a coffin.
I think it's very difficult or almost impossible because aging in humans is inevitable. There are many causes of aging, such as oxidative damage. Is the metabolic process of metabolism. Metabolism is the chemical reaction in the body cells that change food into energy. Our body needs this energy to do everything from moving to thinking to going. This metabolic process destroys us little by little as it produces reactive oxygen species that can oxidize and damage cells in the body. And I have never seen any mammal can live immortal, so I think it's almost impossible to live forever. But I think in the future there may be technology or innovation that will make humans live longer. And if about keeping the dead human body forever, I have heard that there is a way, Egyptian mummification.
So, since I have got this topic, I was like, huh? Human immortal? How? And I never heard about it before. So, I'm doing research about it and find something interesting called CRISPR-Cas9. This is a technology related to genetic editing in plants, animals, and humans. Firstly, the scientists test in worms, and the results show it could be live up to 500% of its previous life. So, if they test in humans, postscript without any factor and drawbacks. We will live up to 500% of our previous life either. If this experiment successful, human could be live up to 500 years. Yeah, 500 years. But the coin have two sides also these experiments. Yeah, one day, if the technology as one and eventually can be make human immortal, who gonna know? Yeah, thank you.
It is totally possible if it is a dead human body. For example, the Egyptian mummification. However, I'm not sure if it is possible for living human people to continue to live. I believe that some scientists will discover a means to keep humanity alive in the future. Either by modifying the genetic code or introducing artificial intelligence to replace some organs. But if it does, it will be a huge deal for the entire human race, because extending our life may lead the world population to overflow. A large number of firms will fail. The global economic system will undergo a transformation. Basically, your body breaks down from within and you can't do much with it. The best you can do to try and live as long as possible, making